What happened? All of a sudden I got booted out. So let's hope we're good to go now. All right, so for those of you that were on before, hope you were on again. But yeah, here we are. All right, so this is what happens when you're going live. Sometimes technology will fail on you. But good to be here. Happy Monday. I've been doing these lives every Monday now, calling them a Gaia-Centric Live, because we're talking about a lot of things that I'm focusing on inside my membership, Gaia-Centric Living, which I started to help people that are dealing with chronic illness, chronic pain, to heal with nature. So using the foundations of Chinese medicine, holistic healing, teaching wild foraging, plant-based living to help to heal their life, okay? And so today I decided to talk about kidney cleansing, all right? And bring up how I came upon it and this tea that I make that helps us to cleanse our kidneys and why it's a good thing to do it, all right? So we'll just get right into it. So I stumbled upon a number of years ago when I was looking into doing different detoxes and cleanses, this book, this amazing book called The Amazing Liver and Gallbladder Flush. It's by Andreas Moritz. I've since moved on to some other things, as a lot of you may know. Cleanse to Heal from Medical Medium, right? But I did spend a lot of time doing these cleanses, and they did help me to a point, okay? So, so in this book, he talks about how, it's obviously important to cleanse your liver and gallbladder, right? And he does a process to do that. But then he also talks about the importance of cleansing your kidneys, and how that if you do a lot of liver flushes, you also want to make sure you cleanse your kidneys too, because it's like when you're cleansing the liver, it's going to put more burden on the kidneys. And then when you're cleansing the kidneys, it can put more burden on the liver, right? So it's to help support everything in the process, okay? So I adapted this kidney cleanse tea that I make from his recipe, okay? I added a couple Chinese herbs in there, like licorice root, Chandra berry, that I know are really good for helping with kidneys. But for the most part, it's formulated from his book. And so a lot of people actually buy this tea from me because they've read this book and they don't know where to get all these herbs, and they're like, oh, you put them all together, so I'll just get that, okay? So I was making up some earlier, and so I'm going to share that process with you and what I do. And so what's great about doing this kidney cleanse is it will help to clear out any of the calcifications that can form into kidney stones, so it can be for prevention, but also it can help to safely shrink and remove kidney stones if that's something that you're dealing with, okay? And it works in a very gentle manner, and the way that you do the cleanse properly is you make up 2 tablespoons of this tea, and you boil in about 4 cups of water, and then you let it simmer for about a half an hour, so it boils down to about 2 cups of water, and then you put it in a couple ball jars, and you leave it in the fridge because it's going to last a couple days. But you always want to heat it up before you drink it, so you drink 1 cup twice a day is how it works, and you do that in between meals, which is very important. And he says in the book here to do it for 21 days, and to only have like light foods and not have any fat, basically be on a vegan diet, and not have much raw food either, more warming foods. That's kind of his protocol. And you do it for 21 days, and it'll help to dissolve the stones, or clear out any calcifications and stuff like that, okay? So that's how the protocol works. And so usually it's about 2 bags of these will last you about 21 days, okay? So we're gonna talk about some of the herbs. One herb that I do forage for in my yard is lovely goldenrod, Solidago canadensis, okay? This is Canadian goldenrod, it's the most common that we find. So I like to harvest them before it flowers. It's known as goldenrod because it has those beautiful golden yellow flowers that are like goldenrods of light, okay? But I harvest them before they flower because you want to harvest them when the energy is in the leaf. It's even better because then there's stronger medicine in the leaf. And it's goldenrod leaf that is the herb in this formula. Okay? I call it a formula because it is. It's a combination of herbs. I'm used to dealing with Chinese herbal formulas, so I kind of consider it the same. Okay? Another herb that we use, fennel seed. Okay, fennel seed, known as diuretic, pull out swelling, right? But it's also, in that sense, really supportive for the kidneys. Okay, and I'm just kind of rapid fire go through the different herbs. Won't say too much about them. Gravel root, also known as Joe Pye weed. So you can see that growing in the wild as well. I do not harvest this though. It's a little hard to dig it up, so I get that from an organic supplier. Uva ursi, this incredible herb for the kidneys, and yeah, this is would be like a chief herb in this tea as a formula. I would put I usually do put a higher concentration of that herb because of how effective it is for cleansing the kidneys and helping with kidney stones. Another one I put a lot of ingredients in the tea too. It's cat's claw herb. It's also a great nervine, anti-inflammatory, but it's known to help support the kidneys as well. Then you also have some hydrangea root. I don't know too much about that. I do know hydrangeas, right? But they say it's really, really cleansing for the kidneys. Then you have some marshmallow root. How do I smell this one? And it's different than marshmallow eating. Marshmallow, it's actually marshmallow in the mallow family of herbs. Okay, great cleansing the kidneys. You have a little marjoram, okay, marjoram leaf. Comfrey root, it's another kidney tonic. And then, like I said before, I like to wrap it all up with a little bit of licorice root. Licorice root's really good for the kidneys, but it's also a harmonizer. Okay, so that is basically the herb that helps to bring all the herbs together and to help them to work synergistically and to help support you. Okay. So that's basically what I do. I help, I just start putting these together. And I like to be able to, I like to be able to help people to cleanse themselves naturally, support their kidneys. I used to measure them, but I've made so many of these over the years that I actually don't really follow the measurements. But there are specific measurements in the book. But I just kind of have it memorized. I feel the ones that you need a stronger concentration or a smaller concentration. I actually usually put a mask on, believe it or not. So I don't breathe in the smaller particles. Yeah, what I like about this cleanse too is it's very gentle, and it's pretty simple to do. You just make the tea. You have to do it basically like every other day, because usually when you make a batch, it lasts for about 2 days. You get about 4 cups, because when you make that decoction, that's a traditional Chinese decoction, basically. You boil the herbs twice to make sure you get all the medicine out of it, right? So you end up getting about 4 cups. So as I explained before, that process, you get 2 cups, right? But then what you do is you take that same herb and you add another 4 cups of water, boil it and simmer it down, and you'll get 2 more cups and you combine them. So you have 4 cups to last about 2 days. And it's pretty easy. You can even soak the herbs too beforehand. Soaking the herbs helps to extract the medicine out of them a little bit more. So that is my process. Making kidney cleanse tea. If you all have any questions about it, you can feel free to send me a private message. Winter is usually one of the best times to cleanse the kidneys because that is the season, kidney, the bladder, water element. But you really can cleanse it any time of year. We're now shifting into that earth element time of year, that late summer, tonifying the spleen and stomach. But I do find that cleansing is best done. I put a little too much in there, can't close. It's best done spring or fall, but in the summer too. I don't cleanse as much in the winter, just because a lot of the cleanses I do now, the medical medium, it's a lot of cold raw foods, and I don't like to have that as much in the winter time, right? And it's good to, when you do it though, maybe do it per season, you know? So maybe 4 times a year you could do a cleanse, right? Or if you're following a Chinese calendar, maybe 5 times, right? So I'm probably gonna do a cleanse next month, and I'll share all about that. That'll be a cleanse from Cleanse to Heal, medium 269 cleanse, but that's my plan. And I do like to do that before, you know, it's like, okay, that's it, towards the end of the summer, right? Do it before the fall, stuff like that. So you can learn to play with it and see what works best for you. But yeah, but if you are particularly someone that has issues with kidney stones or just, you know, wanting to support your kidneys, I definitely highly recommend this kidney cleanse tea and learning all about it through the amazing little Gallbladder Flush book from Andreas Moritz. And yeah, so that's pretty much all I wanted to share with you today. Hope you all are doing well. And if any of you are interested in joining my membership, I will be opening up again soon. But if you want to get on the wait list, you can send me a direct message and I'll add you to the wait list, and so inform you when my membership will be opening up again, because we get more in-depth into a lot of these topics that I'm focusing on these Gaia Centric Lives here, Mondays at 5. All right, so thank you very much. Enjoy the rest of your day. Be well.